Aloha, Scott Sylvan Bell coming to you live from the North Shore of Oahu, November 26, 2016, 7:47 in the morning. Perfect day to talk about sales. And I want to give you an example of something that I thought that was pretty cool that happened to me recently, just before I flew out here to Hawaii from Sacramento. So I get this phone call and I don't recognize the number, but it was a 916 area code, which happens to be Northern California. And so I pick it up and answer, hey, this is Scott. And the guy says, hey, my name is, let's say John, I can't remember his name, John from Guitar Center, and I want to invite you to a private sale, right? So, you know, you come by and come check out the store, you're totally invited before everybody else. Now, I thought that this was a really cool thing to do, right? So they're having a sale. I've bought a lot of podcasting equipment from them over the last year. So for whatever reason, they reached out to me and they said, please come out. Right? So there's a couple things that you have going on. First off, there's personalization. That person reached out to me, took the time to call me up. I mean, they know that I could tell them no. They know that I may not show up. And the second thing was the guy's like, hey, I just want to appreciate you for being a loyal client, which was cool on my part, right? And I want to invite you to a private sale. So like, you know, they made me feel special. So my question for you is, what can you do as a business if you got a small business? What is it that you could do to do something similar? Now, they do a really good job of capturing information. You know, they get your address so that they can put you on a mailing list. They get your phone number so they evidently so they can call you, and they get your email address. This is why it's important for you to have all these things captured when somebody comes and purchases from you, or to put into your list, for lack of better terms, right? For your CRM. And I just thought it was a really cool example of something that they did, and they did it well, because I ended up going. I drove out there, let's see, today's Saturday. So Sunday night I drove out there and I checked the place out. There really wasn't anything that I wanted, but I still went, right? I went out of my way. It took me 35 minutes to get there, 35 minutes to go home. So it took, you know, an hour and a half of my time to go out and check out the sale. I didn't buy anything, but I still went because I thought it was cool enough that they reached out to me. And I just thought that, like, when sometimes people say, hey Scott, what's a good way to keep people engaged in the buying process? Make a personalized phone call. You know, figure out what you could do for that person. And I don't know what product or service or widget or gizmo that you sell, but there's always some version that you could do this. You could give somebody a preview, right? So I love cologne, and I love Tom Ford cologne, and Nieman Marcus did this very well for me a couple years ago. Tom Ford launched a private new line, private label, and they invited me for cheese and crackers and cookies and champagne to come check out this new process, this new cologne that they had. This new cologne that they had. And I thought that was pretty cool too. So anytime that you could give a unique experience for a buyer, it really does help them out. Now, does it mean that everybody's gonna buy? No. But does that mean that you're gonna get some buyers who are gonna come check it out? Yes, it does. And if it's a small venue, you get the opportunity to meet those people face to face. You get the opportunity to talk to them, and you know, they may tell you terminology or phrases or give you ideas of what you could do. You should be taking notes, okay? So the two things were Guitar Center, they did an awesome job. Second thing was Nieman Marcus, they did an awesome job. They invited me to a private event. So your job is to figure out a way to have a private event for people to come check out your product, your service, your widget, or your gizmo. And you're saying, Scott, but I'm in an industrial thing. Hey, you know what? People always still like to be treated like a VIP. They do. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, people always want to be treated like a VIP. And if you can figure out a way to make that happen, all that much better for you, all that much worse for the competition, right? That's the competition, this is you, all right? So now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, that will be fantastic. To the right, to the left, like somewhere in here, there's a subscribe button. The wind kicks up, great. You can subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.